All right, so that's one poll question. What else do you have?
It is. We got another one here from Paul. Man, they're in trouble. That's the question,
Okay.
not a statement.
You got to
Okay.
throw the comma in there.
Yeah.
Man.
Man,
Man.
they're in trouble.
Okay. ...
Dot.
All right.
Colts, Chiefs, Eagles, Ravens. Man, they are all in trouble.
Yeah. Colts. You know, the Eagles, I didn't have a good feeling to start the year. And watching last night, you can't have a good feeling. Now, the schedule isn't demanding, but you're trying to figure out where you're going to be in the NFC playoffs. Are you going to host a playoff game? You're going to win your division? Then you got to see, well, where do we stack up here? Are they the second best team right now? I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. But you got the Niners and you got Seattle. Green Bay's really good, too. I'd put Green Bay over the Eagles right now as well. The fact that Green Bay is going to Denver and Green Bay is a 2.5-point favorite, man, that tells you a lot about what Vegas thinks. So the Chiefs, we know, they're done-ish. Hey, until they're eliminated, they're in it. Because if you said the Chiefs made the playoffs, where would you put them in the pecking order of the AFC of chances to go to the Super Bowl? Would you put them over the Bills? Would you put them over the Patriots? Once again, the Chiefs are going to be playing on the road. They're not going to win the division. If they played the Chargers, if they played the Broncos, like they still have that impact. At least that thought of, damn, they got 15. Yes, Marvin.
You just named all those teams, and I'm like, the Chiefs are the favorite.
Yeah. Vegas would still love them. If they're going to make the playoffs, Vegas would still love them to be able to go to the Super Bowl. All right. Any other poll? I like both of those poll questions there. Anything else, Seton, before we take a break?
I think we're going to ride with those two for the first hour.
Okay. We'll talk about the Chargers as well. Justin Herbert playing through a broken hand, and they played well enough. That secondary is really good. The Chargers defense is really good. And you're just, Marion Hampton, boy, they needed him. And when you think of all the injuries with the Chargers, the fact that they're where they are right now says a whole lot. Here's Jim Harbaugh talking about just how big that win was last night.
This is definitely, maybe the best feeling, just a wonderful, wonderful feeling of winning and thrill of victory. It's certainly in the discussion. I put it in the discussion, the birth of my 7 children, my marriage, in the conversation, just joyful.
He is a character. He's a character. Watching last night, the Chargers defense is what stood out to me. It's really good. And just asked Jalen Hurts with 4 interceptions. Here is Hurts after the game talking about the interception in overtime.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make. He got a hand on the ball. That's a play that we've made a million times in that scenario versus a cloud corner, and I didn't make that play this time around.
I don't know how we're going to view Jalen Hurts when his career is over, because it could be one of those careers that's similar to Eli Manning, that he might win a couple of Super Bowls, but the regular season numbers are like, okay. And it feels like defenses are saying, let's see if you can beat us. And you would think with those 2 receivers and that tight end, he would be able to beat you. But the jury is still out, at least myself, my opinion. As much as I like him in a big game, and he's shown that he can play in a big game, both those Super Bowls he played really, really well. It's just there are times when you go, what's missing here? I don't think he's a good pocket passer, a consistent one, but I do think he can come up with big plays. And his demeanor is very calm. Those are great attributes to have. At the goal line, he's really good. The tush-push, the moment is rarely too big for him. But that's why we'll have Sal Paolantonio covers the Eagles among the other teams in the NFL, but he's stationed in Philadelphia, and get his thoughts on what is missing with this team. How dangerous can they still be in the NFC playoff picture.